All right, folks. We're going to have a reserve list conversation today. We're going to talk about different subsets of the reserve list. I'm going to share a collection. I apologize. This collection deal was a little while ago. I just haven't gotten around to actually getting this video filmed and live for you all. Little backstory here. All kinds of hail, Rudy. I appreciate the kind words. I'm just a creepy dude in Florida. He even says, Rudy, if I was gay and I lived in Florida, I'd come look you up. You handsome guy. But since I'm not gay, I live in the upstate corner of the country. We'll just have to leave this as a man crush from afar. Look, man, I accept your man crush. So back in the 90s, this guy was big into Arena League, playing at the old Four Seasons, big crowds, it's pretty cool stuff. Giant-sized prize cars. This guy definitely, you can tell he was on the West Coast there. You can see, look at this. Wizards of the Coast, he mentions Wizards of the Coast main store in the University District of Seattle. Oh my God, you guys remember when Wizards had their own retail brick and mortars? Crazy, man. And that place was wild with giant statues and decor. They even sold tons of bling, shirts, mugs, you name it. And then I kind of wish that was still a thing, you know? It was a cathedral to Magic the Gathering. Now it's a used clothing store. Such is the fortune of the game. So this guy got back into Magic around the Dominatrix, which was a couple years ago, because he was into the Egyptian mythology. Me too. I was so pumped about Amon Kitty Cat and Hour of Devastation, and then I was so disappointed when I saw those Invocation lottery cards, as everybody was. Anyways, he shifted his investment. This gentleman ended up selling his collection. As you can see over here, we are in the middle of a 15-year makeover on their house. So they're essentially selling this collection to raise capital, or they sold this collection. I apologize for the delay on this video, everybody. Anyways, I appreciate the kind words, man. Lee from Bellingham, I appreciate it. So I want to go over a couple different things today. We've got some interesting memorabilia, which I'm kind of into. I always like some weird... I kind of have an area where I keep all kinds of Magic historical things and memorabilia and neat things just to really show the history of Magic. I think it's kind of cool, man. Oh my God. Like, a lot of people probably don't even realize this kind of stuff exists. Also, we got some cards over here. I want to go through all kinds of era of cards. White border, black border, all over the place. But first, I want to comment on this. Obviously, he was at the original Wizard store in Seattle and everything like that. Yeah. Magic and Wizards used to have this little like magazine newspaper thing called the Sideboard. I don't even know if you guys knew this. November 1998. It was literally like a published newspaper. See? It's not even really a magazine. It's more of an actual newspaper talking about the players, the tournaments, news things, new cards, editors things, prizes, and different things. I just wanted to give you a quick kind of glimpse here for those of you who weren't around a long time ago. Just all kinds of stuff. It talks about the different types of decks. See, 5-color Anarchy. Horsecraft talks about some black weenie decks over there, a bunch of little dudes. That was kind of the thing. It would kind of showcase and discuss the world of Magic and what was going on. It was wild, I'm telling you all. And then another thing here. They used to have all these postcards and neat things. Visions, the premier tournament, releasing in 1997. I like the goblin with his diaper on. You know, and it has these things in the back, pre-release tournaments and schedules, and it talks about the dates and these locations of different parts of the United States you could call and be a part of, the pricing, on-site fees, phone numbers, contact. Seriously, it was crazy. Obviously, this is a Lotus Veil for Weatherlight. This is literally just a postcard. Yeah, back when people did this kind of stuff. No joke, it's literally just a postcard. Stamp, send a note. Look at this, talks kind of a little bit of a lore down here. In association with Duelist, Magic, and WotC, Weatherlight art, and even send it to somebody. Yeah. Obviously, everybody knows I actually have quite a bit of old magazines. I don't have a lot of Duelists, but Inquest and Scry, I tend to get batches of them. I got another video of just Scry magazines the other day, too. I like to kind of randomly show some of this stuff, because I feel it's kind of important, the historical nature of the... Look at this. Oh, my God. Look at this. Look. Thunder and Lightning, mail-in headquarters. It's all about mail order stuff. Get the old Legend of the Five Rings. You got the old BattleTech, Star Wars, and of course Magic. You talk about the Scry magazine. Look at this. Advertising. Look at the advertisements for like a news. Can you imagine if you could have these in like big posters today? Look at that. Look at this, man. Tempest. What has been released will not be contained. Isn't that wild? Like, look at the marketing they did in these magazines. There is no storm such as this. It is the sickness in the sky. It is crafted in chaos and even darkness breathes. I mean, it's just wild, man. And of course, you know, interesting articles. Look at this. Talks about how rare is the Black Lotus. Talks about print runs. Reserve list. Print run conversations. Yes, folks. Get rid of the reserve list. Yep. Print runs, reserve lists, and the value of cards being too expensive and rare was discussed even, when was the date of this? Even back in January of 1998, everybody. You got Duelist over here. Some really cool magazines, cool advertisement, PC games. Anybody remember this stuff? Holy smokes, that brings back memories. Talks about the new sets coming out, all kinds of things. You got they have really cool mail-in stuff. No, they don't have it on there. Inappropriate, curvy women, which obviously you can't have that in modern times. All kinds of timing, different setups and game examples. Really cool stuff. Dragon Ball Z, advertising that, not Dragon Ball Super. You know, just really different game. Look at that. There's good old Five Rings again. Wizards advertising. It's really fascinating to really see Fallout 2. Oh my God, they're advertising Fallout 2. Arriving in the fall of 1998. Holy smokes, from good old Interplay, man. Dude, I played so many games by Interplay on my PC as a kid. Windows 98? 95! Oh my God. All right, that's enough memory. Jeez, man. Flipping redonkulous, dude. You could just flip the random page. Look at this. Look, where the hell did you get those cards? Like, Wizards would never even speak like that today. Isn't that nut? Look at this stuff, man. Like, yeah, look at it. This is advertising the PC game for Windows 95, man, by Microprose. You guys remember that? God. So I tell everyone all the time, look at this. Free trip to Florida to see Creepy Rudy. No, I'm kidding. Look at this stuff. Isn't that crazy? The juniors contest. Where in Florida was this? Oh, wait, is that Disney? Yeah, Orlando. Okay. Oh, my God. That's why I tell everyone all the time. You know, I love to see new people joining Magic. Look at this. A guide to Stronghold. You got a guide to $10,000 Stronghold box. You know, I tell people all the time about the history of this stuff. And I know a lot of you haven't been around and you had a real life before you got absorbed in cardboard life. But I'm telling you all, before, you know, well, I guess I was going to say before Pokemon. Pokemon had just started. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was pretty much just starting. There was no Digimon and Flesh and Blood and other card games. Force of Will didn't exist. None of these games existed. It was literally, you had the Legend of, there was a ton of startup card games back then. Of course, all of them failed essentially. Here's an interesting little thing. I have never actually received kind of a pocket page set of this. So I actually wanted to share this. I actually thought this was worthy of just sharing because check this out, everybody. Not only do we have the oversized cards here, they're actually in like 4 pocket sleeves. I've never seen, and actually I just realized it's actually signed. I didn't even notice it was signed before. Adjust the camera a little bit. There you guys go. Believe it or not, these old style Vanguard era, Arch Enemy era, all these old type of cards, there is a niche, little niche market that really is into these things still. They're always going to have value, and I'm still, honestly, I'm kind of surprised there's not more value in some of these things. Seriously. I don't know if it's because people are afraid Wizards are going to bring these kind of things back one day, or if just the market, a lot of people don't know they exist. I genuinely think there's just a lot of people that don't know this stuff exists, man. So, especially, dude, check this out. Look at this Sliver Queen, everybody. Check this out. Look at this flippin' Sliver Queen. The Brood. Look at this thing. Of course, modifiers at the bottom here. Modifier here. Hand size the same. Starting lives are +8. And of course, you know, so essentially, you guys can research how to play it. But essentially, these cards would modify the rules or the starting conditions of the game. So, over here, obviously, this gentleman was an arena player, and he was involved in some of the tournaments and everything. So he's got some cool little promo cards. Beautiful, oversized Stormbind card. By the way, just to compare, a regular Magic card, just so you guys can get an idea of the oversized there. Stormbind, very cool card. Very iconic from Ice Age. Beautiful woman in that thing. Pyroblast, again, beautiful young lady here with the old Ice Age artwork. I did not know there was a Squirrel Farm oversized card. No joke. I was not aware this card actually existed. I've never seen an oversized Squirrel Farm, so I actually thought that was kind of wild. Didn't know. I've never seen that before. I was aware that these arena oversized cards existed, but I've never actually seen these particular ones in person. I have some other ones. I'm trying to think. I have an area in one of my locations where I store all the oversized stuff when I break down collections and I merge all the alphas, the betas, and limiteds, the oversized card. I have a section, and I actually think I have some. I don't know if I have the Ice Age ones. I did at one point in time. Very cool. Look at, and again, check this out, folks. Look at this thing up close. Seriously. Oh, wait, there's more than one in there. I didn't even know this one had 2. Is it 3? No, just oh, there's an extra one. So look at this brushland. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, it's just a beautiful thing, man. I know, they're really not financial value. I don't know. People always ask, Rudy, how much money? There's not much money in these things. They're just neat. Okay, one last thing in this binder I wanted to share. I don't know if you all even know what I'm afraid it's going to fall apart. This is a Fallen Empire, like, token sheet. You break them down, and you had modifiers for, like, +1/0s, +1/1s, -1/1s, modifiers for when you're playing Magic actually in the game before tokens existed. Like Thrall, was it Saproling, Thrall, Goblin tokens, different things. And they'd have all these different tokens. You could actually, are there any numbers in the back? No, okay, they're just picture double-sided. So you can see over here, again, Tide, like High Tide, Spores for the Saproling green decks. There's Nets, Javelin for the white weenie decks. I don't know if anybody remembers that kind of stuff. But again, not a lot of money in it. It's more of a nostalgic, fun, kind of cool thing. I just really like that stuff. Not really where the big money is. Kind of is what it is, folks. All right, so I know it's a little bit of a longer video here. I actually wanted to show you guys. I feel like I don't want to go past 20, 30 minutes. I don't want to make it too long of a video. I want to just share here. So we got some Alpha played cards. We got one little signed one here. We got a really, really just wrecked Alpha Fire Breathing Basic Land. This collection actually had a good amount of signed cards. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of signed cards, because Rudy forges his own signatures. We got some beta cards here. Nothing extreme. No high-end rares or anything. We got some uncommons with some walls, Dryad commons. We got some nice basic land there. So there's the alpha betas. Yes, we'll jump over because I know people are going to want to say, Rudy, holy crap, it's revised dual lands. It's like the hottest thing ever. Whoa. Again, this collection was bought many months ago before the extreme movement of revised happened. So at the time, I would say the buy list on Underground Sea for this was probably maybe $400. I think today it's probably, $600? So it has appreciated a little bit more. I mean, nothing really super extreme. Especially, this one is in, actually, that is a near mint one, so actually it might be up to $700. I think the rest of these are actual played. Yeah, these are played, but some are actually pretty nice. I'm not going to say much about revised duels. We've been talking about revised so much, everybody. It is what it is. It's the hot thing right now. We'll see how long it lasts. All right, so we got an LED over here. Mirage. You guys know Mirage is a little weak spot for me. You guys know I love it. Now, Visions. That's kind of a quieter one. Not my favorite set. Yeah, the sealed boxes have skyrocketed, but Visions is not something I got a couple boxes, but it's just not for me. I was never a huge fan of Visions. And again, if I don't have a passion for it, I just can't get all in with it. Ice Age, little Illusions action. Let's see here. We got one Urza's. We got the old infamous big old whale. We got some Exodus. We got some Wizards. Very cool. Back to the Visions, the Retribution. Again, cards with these Retributions or cultural things or any of these things that are kind of, even if they're not reserve list, they kind of became pseudo-reserve list post-2020. Do I have a Visions pile? I thought I just had a Visions pile. Oh, well. Over here, we got some Alliances. Very nice little mark signature over here. Alliances, I'm surprised it took this long to go up. That's probably going to be a very bright future. More Mirage cards. Again, all kinds of political trickery. Very fitting for 2020, 2021. Mirage cards will probably continue to be a very sought-after thing. Alliance cards, again, epic. Where's my Alliances pile? Oh, well, there it is. Narwhales. Interesting thing here, just as with many Homelands and many Mirage, there's different versions. If you guys notice here, we've got the darker printed version of the Homelands, and then we've got the regular Homelands. Narwhales is kind of the, I'm going to say, it's the cryptocurrency Dogecoin of Magic. It's the doggy coin. Narwhales is the meme of reserve list. I don't recommend it. If you get them, that's great. Don't seek them out and buy them. You don't be a Timmy. Again, really cool stuff here. More really cool Mirage cards. You don't realize how many amazing. Look at that art on that chick. Holy smokes. That's ridiculous. And that one's signed. So art. Again, Mirage, the more you look into Mirage, you'll really discover how much bizarre stuff is in it, which is one of the reasons I've always been a huge Mirage fan. What else we got over here? More Mirage, Visions. By the way, this is the batch of cards I pulled out from the big container of all the value cards when I did this collection purchase. So these are everything I pulled out that I deemed worthy of value and wanting to share with you all. Again, more Visions. The Isle over here, it comes into play tapped. Ugh, and it has phasing. Ugh. I mean, I guess you could time it where all your lands phase out or something if you have a bunch of these, and then, do an Armageddon, then your lands come back next turn. I guess you could try to time that if you have a whole deck of phasing. Am I right? All right, baubles, alliances. Now, there's been a lot of, oh wow, these are also signed ones here. Again, this guy was really into the signed cards here. I do believe a lot of these alliances, rare specialty lands will continue to do very well. I want to lay that out there. I've always felt the Heart, the Kaldheim Outpost. There's a couple of them I forgot. Some are not as, the Sheltered Valley is not one of the better ones. I think the Bedorvian one, there's a red one. Coat of Arms, again, not reserve list, but original printing. Be careful because wizards can still attack that. Ice Age specialty lands, obviously no reserve list or anything special, but I do think they've always been really undervalued for original versions, and I think that will still kind of creep up into the future. Italian Legends, not a big fan of Italian Legends, not much to say. Again, non-English antiquities, since there wasn't actually a non-English printing of antiquities, this is technically not antiquities. I believe this is some sort of, crap, what was the name of that? Because it's 95, not 94. I completely, you guys can help me with that. Was this, what was this from, folks? You guys can give me the comment. I can't remember the name of it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Winter Orb, Revised. You know how Revised is. Chronicles, again, be real careful with these Chronicles things. There's a ton out there. Be careful trying to push the price up on this stuff. We have one little lottery card from the good old Amon Kitty Cat and the Hour of Devastating Your Wallet. I love the Egyptian stuff. I'm still not a fan of these masterpieces. Sorry, I can't, I'm just not into them. It is what it is. Again, Weatherlight. You guys know how I feel about Weatherlight. We got the Dark Maze of Ith used to be the best of the Dark. Now in the Dark, that's kind of like blah. Nobody really cares compared to the other opportunities. Thawing Glaciers. That was another one of the Alliance lands. All these Alliance lands are severely underpriced. I've been saying that for ages, man. Scorch Ruins. These media promos, be careful. They're unique and special, but there's a lot out there. Pendelhaven, uncommon, great card. Revised Birds, again, great card. I'm surprised they're still pretty cheap. Let's kind of put those revised over there. All right, again, more Mirage cards, Totems. I think that's probably reserve list. Lotus Veil, reserve list, again. Weatherlight, you know how I feel about that. Again, Alliances. God, Lee, Alliances really does have a lot of powerhouse stuff. My God. I never really stopped to realize how good Alliances is until you really take the time to think about it. Ball Lightning, iconic. Again, not reserve list. Will be reprinted again in the future. Okay, 2 Unlimited cards. Unlimited is still extraordinarily cheap. If you guys are interested in Unlimited, you like the white bordered, richer color cards, this is something you are kind of looking. I would definitely recommend slowly trying to buy a card per week, per month, and make sure you have your positions, because Unlimited will eventually become that alpha beta unattainable price point. It's just going to take longer. We got another Phyrexian Dreadnought over here. Another signature over here. A lot of signatures from the old Pete, huh? Interesting. Visions, of course, tutors, original printing tutors. They're going to be reprinted in the past. They've been reprinted since, and they will be reprinted in the future. It's going to stay that way. It is what it is. These tutors are good value. Hell, I think they even reprinted Vampiric Tutor, what, Core 21? But original versions are going to always remain special. An actual Antiquity Strip Mine, very bent. Actual creasing bent on the card right there. Ugh. Still Antiquity, so it's still a cool card. I'll put just kind of... Now, this is more exciting here. I know, I just want to comment here. Goblin Wizard. This sucker is really some of the real value sleepers in the dark. Those are the cards that excite me more than the infamous like Maze of Ith. Those are the cards you want to go after. Nice playset here of Helms. Helm of Obedience, look. Is this thing $50 to $100 yet? I mean, come on. If it's not, what's taking it so long? Let's be honest there, folks. That's really about it here. I mean, overall, you can see all the cards I pulled out. Oh, a couple little misprint offset there. The cards I pulled out here are really things that I feel, these are the rest of these are kind of the lower valued as we go down revise. Excuse me. I wanted to point out, everything here are cards that I continue to build personal positions in. Look, we're almost 20 minutes in the video. No one's watching. Until the day comes that these cards become so expensive, I'm not going to stop purchasing them. There is a point and a number I have in my mind. If Helm of Obedience hits $500 to $1,000 a card, I'm going to stop buying the card. I mean, come on, I'm going to be blunt with you all. I'm not going to buy Helm of Obediences at $1,000. The real value of some of these cards, as we grow and age and inflate into the future, some of these cards will hit their real value. And that's the only time when they hit their full value, in my opinion, I'm actually going to back off on collection buying. I don't think we're anywhere near there. And I think the market has really been awakened, realizing how cheap this stuff is. Seriously.